So I'm from Music, Romania.
Yes.
You sent a message to Elon Musk.
I'm a huge fan of what Musk is doing in his two main efforts to create energy independence for the human race, and also to move the human race, not move, but expand the human race off planet. I think that these two goals every person should support, and I think that these two goals may be influential to the survival of the human race. And so I have a huge amount of respect for Mr. Musk, and if he can send some Starlinks, that would be fantastic. But otherwise, keep doing what he's doing. I have a lot of respect.
He wants to build colonies, human colonies on Mars.
Yeah.
What do you think if we will stop the tyrants on this planet, on our planet? Will we be able in the far future not to have wars on Mars or on Moon or in space?
I certainly hope so. I mean, that's why I'm here, is not to make war, but to stop war, right? You have to stop these tyrants. I think we can do both. We can stop these wars. We can keep authoritarians from attacking other countries and trying to enslave them. And I think we can make technological progress to ensure the survival and continued progress of the human race. We can do both.
Do you have Romanian brothers? Do you know some Romanians in the legions?
There are some Romanians, yes. I met two Romanians. I know there are more Romanians. They're not in my platoon. We have done everything we can to keep the civilians safe that are near us. It is concerning that we are in a war zone and there are a lot of civilians. So we don't like to see, exactly.
Yeah,
we don't like to see civilians. They help us, which is great. We need that, but it's a real concern. When we get bombed, we have to check on them, and sometimes bad things happen to them. So it is a concern.
Yeah, let's go inside. Let's go inside. Okay. So we are inside the building now because of the alarm. Aerial raids.
A soldier who was killed, and he was a good friend of mine, and I mean, we did everything we could to save him, but he couldn't make it, unfortunately. Yeah, I still have his blood on my pants and my boots, but if we had at the time, we did not have generators to power our radios, so our radios were dead, so we could not call for medical support. Now that problem is solved, but there's still many equipment shortcomings, honestly, that we need to resolve. Hope you're listening to this, Elon. Yeah, I mean, it's a terrible thing to see a friend of yours die in front of you. We learned a lot from that. We changed a lot, and a lot of our procedures, and we made sure that situation would not happen again. And yeah, I mean, it's terrible. We got we talked to his family. We did everything we could. But yeah, I mean, all you can do is try to learn from it and never let it happen again.
You've been to Iraq,
yes,
as understood. When? In
2003 through 2004. I was there for a year.
And what are the main differences between that war and this war? If you can
tell. Ask me the exact same question up there.
Yeah.
Yes. So I could speak for an hour about the differences in culture and the differences in climate. Let me tell you. And then the differences in equipment. This is not a NATO army. This is not the U.S. Army where we just throw money at the problems. It's very different. The training, very different. But none of that is important. What is important is that war, looking back after 20 years, that war, was it really necessary? You could say maybe not. You could make a strong case that it was not. This war, this is black and white, good versus evil. There's no gray, there's no, Putin has a good case for this or that. No, he's evil. He's trying to enslave a nation of 44 million people. And this is the most important thing I could be doing with my life, is to come here and help to protect them. Well, I've been incredibly impressed with the Ukrainian people's will to preserve their country and their culture. Putin says that Ukraine does not exist. that the Ukrainian people are just westward Russians. And there are a lot of similarities to Russia. The culture, the language is very similar. Half of the country speaks Russian, you know. But the Ukrainians that I've met have been wonderful people, very hospitable, very understanding, very intelligent, very educated, very helpful. And I've had long discussions with them, and I've learned a lot about this country and about its deep, deep history. And I've learned that this country is not historically part of Russia, and that Putin has no claim over it. And that's very much impressed me, that there is a very strong purpose for me to be here, for the Legion to exist, for us to be helping defend this country, and that's made a deep impression on me.